Hey guys, welcome back to Sam's LEGO Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing LEGO set 71834 Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech with 1,187 pieces for 100 USD. This is an early review technically because it is currently December 31st for me. Very late in the day actually, so it's almost 2025. Happy New Year. We will be reviewing this set in parts. First part will be the first instruction manual, which is just Zane and Ryu with Cole and the Dragonian Warrior. Then we have the jet with just what's her name? Sora. The jet with Sora. And then we'll have the Samurai X car with Pixel, Noct, and the Dragonian Scout. So with that said, we'll be going to whatever part of this video is. Yeah. And welcome to the final part of this review. There will be no minifigure reviews during this episode, so on this part. So if you want to see the minifigures, the specific minifigures, go to the other videos, because this is just going to be a full-on video about transforming it and the articulation and a review of the final mech all put together, because yes, I decided to do this into a 4-part series, which I recorded all in one day. I am not okay. So, yeah, we have the car, Ryu, Zane, and Sora. Or Sora's jet thing. It's not really a jet now, is it? It's more like a poorly built car. I don't know. I have a lot of beef with the jet, so, but don't let that take away from this. I think it's a good thing for this. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually start with Zane. I also want to show some other combinations you can do in this set, so I'll show like the combinations after I show off the Big Mech. That's like an extra bit. So let's start with Zane. Take off his sword. Clip his sword onto Ryu, because Ryu is good boy and he is storage for sword. Fold up arms. Fold up legs. Legs enclosed with arms to become really compressed and like a chest. Zane. Armor. Part 2. Ryu, give him that good old hunchback. Fold out his wings if you have them folded up like me. Well, he looks like a really old man. Fold up his legs. Move legs down. Ryu, ready for transformation. Now, Sora's jet. What I forgot to mention was there are thrusts and like these little pins at the bottom for transformation purposes. So you want to rip off her cockpit, rip off the jet part. I'm going to move my camera back actually a bit for this one so that we can get a better view. So now we have the main body of Sora's jet. What we're going to do, actually we're going to move these two up here. We're going to move these up like that and then move it down 180 degrees, and now we have this build which we can attach this cannon to this side and this like sword cockpit bit. I don't know why they decided to put Sora in the very thing that's like in the arm, because then now she's like being thrown around while in there. She's gonna get like extreme motion sickness. But there you go. Unravel the hands. Boom. That's arms. Done. Now the car. What you're gonna do? You're gonna very forcefully pull up. Oh, you know what? No, don't follow that step. You're not meant to do that yet. You're meant to pull each one of the wheels down. Fold that back, like the cannons on the front. Down, back. This part up. So now you should have something that looks like this. That. Make sure this is like aligned to an extent, and then now you rip apart the legs. I like doing it in the wrong way, which results in broken pieces, so don't actually do it in the wrong way. Now you fold up the feet. Boom. See those little rubber bits? Those are actually for the legs. I bet you didn't know that. Sorry for a shaky camera. I do have to move it so you get to see the whole mech. But now we have feet of mech, or legs of mech. And now we're gonna connect upper body. Make sure to move it out at least one ratchet. Boom. Connected. Looks like a mech already, doesn't it? Really cool looking mech. And stuff, right? No, we're not done. You're gonna have Ryu over here. Oh, remember those two little Technic guys? Technic axles? Like Technic axle connectors in his chest? Those go onto the back of the mech, which are here. And they just align it. And I can't really show this well, but there you go. Align it. He will plug in. We're gonna move the camera up a bit. There we go. Who knew my camera could stretch so high? Almost, you could see my light switch there. There we go. Alright, so now we push in Ryu. Make sure his back legs are wrapped around the sides of the main jet body. And you can choose to either have his head folded down, or you could have him folded up. I prefer it down because there is this like seam that you can't really see in there. Wait, let's see if I can. Yeah, there you go. That like little peg, like little ball joint connector and stuff in there. You're meant to leave him up like this though. And now it's Ryu's mech. But wait, isn't the set called Zane's Ultra Combiner mech? We gotta put Zane on there. So this bar on his backpack for Zane thing, like the backpack thing, that goes onto the front of the mech, and boom. Oh yeah, make sure you wrap his legs around the mech too. Personally, I like the there you go. But yeah, I like to just like outstretch his legs a bit more, and boom, we have the full mech of Ryu and Zane, or mainly Zane. No, the stud shooter in the kneecap does not work. It like shoots upwards now, or upwards. But yeah, time for articulation. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. We have, oh, he's coming off. Zane comes off a bit too easily. That's a complaint I will be mentioning later, but yeah. Ball joint at the ankle. Really good ball joint. There's rubber and rubber, two rubbers technically, to hold that up. The legs also can't go any further out than this. They're on these big ratchet joints that swing forward that far. You could get him in like a kicking the door down pose. Or you can make him go back that far. The wheel kind of stops it, but yeah. You also have Ryu's tail back here, by the way. That's still fully articulated. Nothing stopping you from moving that. This is like the best walk pose the mech can get in, and it's still really unstable sometimes. I'm really scared about posing this mech sometimes. It is bulky, not bulky. It is strong though. If it falls, it won't break apart too much, if I'm not wrong. So boom, that's like the legs. Oh, yep, okay. And we have the Zane portion, which actually does not move at all. He's meant to stay in there and not move. His head does turn left and right, though, because he is meant to be like the pilot of the mech. It is his mech, technically. One of his antennas just fell off. Don't mind that. That is not a normal occurrence. That is just me messing with the toy. And then we have Ryu's head, who can, still almost freely move completely, which is why it does feel a lot more like a Ryu mech than Zane's mech. We also have the ratchet joints in his shoulders that allow the hands to move up and around, almost entirely around if the wings don't get in the way. There we go. You can fold your wings back if you want to allow him to go all the way around. Fold up Zane's leg. They're coming undone a bit. And then you can move the arms up, not far, up that far, and down that far. Doesn't really go any further down. And then you have elbows, which go up that far, up that far. Oh, and there goes the engine. These ball joints do get a bit loose. I'm gonna put this on the wrong way if I don't look at the... Yeah, no, I was gonna put it on the right way, bro. But yeah, it goes up that far. And up that far. Technically down that far, which is kind of incorrect for an arm to move like that. The, because these are on mini ball joints, they do spin a full 360. Each of the fingers is on a hinge, so all the fingers can move independently. And this part is on one of those U-shaped joints, so, or like Among Us shaped joint, so it can move up and down and, like, you know, have like a hand outstretched. You know, cool. This one has, you know, imaginary... Zane, stop falling off, Zane. And then this hand has the, and a little cockpit with Sora still in it. And the same hand build is on the other side. We also have ball joints on the back of the dragon, of the mech, for the wings of the dragon, which move all over. You know, you can get really nice positions with that. You can, like, have them enclosed away, like shrouded, and like... It makes the mech look a lot bigger than it actually is. Now, on to my problems with this mech. One, you can't get a neutral pose out of him. If you try to put his two legs together, they're gonna try to, you know, fit together the joint. This is the most neutral you can get him to stand. Not the best, in my opinion. His arms are heavily limited by, you know... Okay, wait. I need to show something to compare this guy to so that you guys understand what I'm talking about. Because I have done barely any reviews, and my reasonings may not be understood. So this is a modified version of Nia Samurai X-Mech, and I know it is quite modified, but I did not give it that much height. And yet here it is, next to this mech, and it is much, much taller. Like, you can't even see half of her. There you go. Oh, like, where did that height go? Like, this was, if I'm not wrong, third most recent play scale mech. No, second. And, no, third, yeah. And it does seem like we're going down. To be fair, this is a combiner mech. This has a lot more play value than the mech does. Like I said, mine is modified, so mine maybe will have one or two studs taller, but I still feel like this mech should have been taller and also had the joints in its elbows, which I was talking about, like forward, backward. See that this guy has that. Forward, backward. Now, outward, turn around, and upward. Turn around, upward, you know, like, it just can't do what that mech's joints can do, especially for that elbow joint. That is one of my main problems with this mech, is that elbow joint. Don't get me wrong, I like this mech. I think this is a really cool mech. I like the color scheme, how it looks, how it works. It's just that there are points that LEGO has succeeded with in the past that they did not bring over here, which I think they could have, but they didn't. Because even with like that on the elbow of this mech would have been a good replacement for them, like on this mech. Now, other than that, I have a problem with how Zane is connected. If you couldn't tell during the review, he has one clip holding on to this 2-clip wide bar. Now, what I think they should have done is included one more clip there instead of that gold bar piece in there to allow Zane to have doubled connection. Now, I will be attempting that with mine later, but there's always the chance, like, you know, he gets stuck on there. It's really hard for a child to take him out. So that one I can partially understand, but I feel like the posability didn't have to be compromised. Like, this guy's posability is so much better than the Combiner Mech's posability, and I feel like that didn't need to be compromised, the Combiner Mech's posability. I also think the Combiner Mech should have come with a weapon of some sort. I know it has, you know, the Shing Shing hat. Hey, you know what? This proves my point of stability. Nothing broke. This hand came off because I was holding it, and I guess he was at a bad angle. But yeah. Now you see, like, this sword. He could hold this. I'm pretty sure, right? Come on, don't fail me now. Yeah, close enough. And boom. You see, this is a simple thing. Now he has this massive blade to fight someone with. But instead he gets the two smaller katana blades to, you know, shing, shing, and a blaster that doesn't shoot anything unless you use your imagination, which is good. Lego and imagination are... Like, Lego is a form to manifest your imagination to an extent, but I feel like some of that should have been, you know, fixed here. I feel like stuff could have been better in this set, which is why I believe that overall, my overall thoughts for everything here, it is not a day one pickup. It is a sale pickup. Wait for this to go for 80, 90, 85. I don't think this is worth the full 100. I know in the car review I said it's pretty good, worth around there. But I do feel like the mech kind of brings it down a little bit. The car, all the vehicles on their own. The only bad one I would really say is the Sora jet, because that doesn't really look like a jet. But the rest of them are great. This, however, it's a good but a good part for kids to play with. I don't think, however, it is the very best thing that could have been made. I feel like they could have done slightly better. And if I ever decide to put it out, I will be making a modification on this to move this to the knees, and I already have clicky joints separated from my collection for your elbows. And I feel like that could work a lot better for this. Nonetheless, still a great mech. Like, I couldn't get this guy into some poses. Oh, what? You can hold this kind of pose? I feel like you would have fallen forward. I'm taking my chances here. There you go. One of his feet is not on the ground. This is completely on one foot. The one thing this mech really does well in is balance. I say that and then he falls over. Balance. Look at that. That feet is barely touching the ground. That foot. It's not even relying on the rubber. It's just the rubber of the other feet. So that's one of the good things about this mech is it can handle... One, it can take a lot of hits. Unlike Nia Samurai X mech. Which maybe that's because it doesn't have those joints. So maybe that joint complaint wasn't necessary. But it can take a lot of hits, other than Zane falling off occasionally. And it looks really nice displayed on a shelf. I know there should be a comma and not another but it's very stable. If it does fall, it's gonna be fine. And it's probably not gonna fall. It's a very versatile mech, very good mech. I know I just went on about saying like, oh, this should be better. Still, really good for a mech. Like, also, like, you can make him roll around on his back wheels if you get him at the right angle. There you go. And he's like, I'm coming to arrest you. Well, really cool. But now I want to show off some of my own things I did with this set. Not modifications, necessarily, but fun things I did. So remember how I praised this car mode, its car mode into Oblivion? Oh, Zane's sword fell off. Oh yeah, speaking of which, before we get to that, the mech can hold Zane's sword. It looks a bit weird, but it can hold it. Kind of funny. But yeah. Remember if you did watch part 3 where I praised, like for context, I did praise the car mode a lot because I really like the car mode. Now, what if, say, the car mode is so good, let's bring it down a bit. Let's say the car mode is so good that you want to keep it in car mode. What do you do then? You know, get the set back into car mode, because, you know, you want it in car mode. You don't want to not have it in car mode, because car mode's just that good. You know, boom, you have a car mode. And what about this? What about Zane and Ryu and Sorrel's Jet? You can now have a mini mech. Or not a mini mech, but like a mech power-up attachment. You will have to use Ryu's tail for a stabilizer here. But yeah, look. Oh, Zane fell off again. You can still have, to an extent, Zane as the mech with this massive backpack on, basically. And you can move Ryu's tail down for extra support. Boom. You see, he has this massive, like, back accessory, like a combat kit. This is something similar to, like, a Gundam, like Zaku. He has this massive, like, jetpack that you can attach to him to make him stronger and, like, you know, faster or whatnot. I haven't seen it in the show. I've only seen the thing on the shelves. But, yeah. Doesn't that look cool? You have Zane with a massive backpack. Now, what if, like, okay, you can also take off, like, Zane's arms and make him hold his sword if you want to, so you can, like, you know, do close range while his arms do far range. What if you're like me and you collect Lego Ninjago dragons? Because that's what I do. I have a lot of them and I want to get them all. So what if I want to, you know, oh, stuff fell off. Some stuff broke off. One second. Technical issues. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. What if you want to display Ryu separately because you like to collect dragons and you want to put him with your other dragons? No problem. Now you have this plus Zane, and you're like, how will Zane stand up without the Ryu helping him? Because you need Ryu's tail for stability, don't you? Because the jet is not as big as with Ryu on his back. Now Zane can stand almost perfectly straight up and still hold the jet on his back without any of the jet touching the ground. Only his two legs. And I really like this. I really like having this set displayed like this, and I feel like it does make up for the other issues with the set. The playability and function of this set is currently in my collection, out of all the stuff I have, in my opinion, unmatched. Like, this is, if you do like what I'm doing for fun, you know, like separating some builds but keeping some builds together, you could compare it to the 2025 wave of Lego Dreams and how they can, you know, mix and match. So I think, like, I may display my Zane like this, but probably with the legs and Ryu, because it just looks best like that, and especially if I do the modifications successfully, because you never know what could happen with modifications. But having this as a set is so cool to me. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I forgot to mention the combination. Whoopsie, I'm forgetting a lot of things. When you have Ryu on the back, the reason why he has these two studs back here is because, you don't want, you know, Cole sitting on the back of Ryu, or he was sitting on the back of Ryu. You don't want him, like, you know, just dangling off the side. So now you can actually have him sit up here while he's on top of the mech, so you can, like, see him peeking over. I will put the mech back into its, like, main form for the final part of this video, but I want to give my final overall thoughts. After everything, this mech has also taken me a while to build. After everything, as my second ever big scale mech, I would not recommend this for. This is either your first mech or not your first mech. And you would get this, I would recommend getting this later on when you buy more mechs. Because I had the option in the store to get Cole's Titan mech or this over that. And unless you really want to get Big Fig, Zane, Pixel, and Noct, are like Cole and Sora, which I feel like every day of the week you should pick Cole's Titan Dragon Mech, because that set is humongous and heavily articulated, while this set is kind of medium and not so heavily articulated. Like, this is definitely more of a child's toy than the Cole's Titan Mech, although Cole's Titan Mech is really cool. To be fair, I can't really say much because I don't actually have it with me, or not have it with me, I don't even have it. Do hope to get it during this year though, but yeah, I feel like if you do find this set on sale, it is 100% pickup, must buy. But if you do not find it on sale, then it may not be the set. It may not. It's not worth the money, in my opinion. Like, it's not worth that buck. I am not sponsored by Lego yet. One day, Lego, please let me join your ambassadors network, Lego Ambassador Network. I would love to join that. But in my opinion, as a person who spent his money on this set, I feel like get it. It is a good set. Really fun. Hours of play in this set. Even just that first three bags, I can see hours of play. But overall, in this whole set, hours of play. Like, speaking of, we also have, like, you know, minifigures, the 3 bad guys. You could have them, like, I don't know, like climbing up the suit, you know, trying to get a swing at one of the ninja, trying to take them down. Because, no, they don't like the ninja. Grr. So, yeah, like, this is a good set. No, only problem with it is, you know, it is definitely orientated towards kids. If you're an adult watching this, a collector watching this, hi, thank you for watching my videos. And 2, yeah, speaking of which, like, welcome everybody in. Thank you for all watching my videos. Like, from deep down in my heart, as my last video of probably the entirety of January, not even January, it's not January yet, but as the end video of the year, last video of the year, I'm thankful for every one of you who have watched this video to the end. It has been, this one section's been 30 minutes. I have a lot of thoughts to share about this set, clearly. But yeah, it's not, it is a display set, a play set. Now, a play set for, like, you know, articulation and stuff, not really. But a play set for stability and durability, yes. Because I've dropped this mech on the floor before. It has shattered into pieces. I could drop this mech on the floor, and it would not. I'm not gonna do it, but, I mean, as you saw earlier, it fell over, and it was fine. So, get it on sale. Don't buy it at retail, and it will be hours of enjoyment and fun. I've had hours of enjoyment and fun with this set. Not quite worth that price, but nonetheless still a fantastic set. That it's gonna be one to remember for my childhood. I am currently a child. No, I will not be giving you any of my social media handles. Thank you. Yeah. Overall, you get 1 3/4 of a thumbs up. I don't want to do that. It scares people sometimes, the thumb thing. Like, yeah, that's 1 3/4 thumbs up. 7 out of 10, basically. Great set, not so great price. Well, I know I've sounded like a broken radio repeating some stuff, but thank you, all of you, for watching. This means a lot to me. This is the last video of the year. Hopefully I'll get it up before the new year starts. Oh yeah, Happy New Year. This will be my last video before 2025. I'm kind of excited for next year. See what Lego Ninjago brings us. Well, until then, I'll see you all next time. Happy New Year.